Hey there, this is Dr. Evan Osar with the Institute for Integrative Health and Fitness Education. Welcome to this edition of Integrative Movement Insider for Facebook Live. Thank you so much for joining us if you're on here live, and if you're joining us on the recording, thanks for being with us. Janice and I and our team of Integrative Movement Specialists just got back from DC AC Fitness Convention in Reston, Virginia. Had an awesome time. Thank you so much if you came out. Thank you if you attended our sessions, especially our last session of the day, training the older client with scoliosis, stenosis, and or osteoporosis. One of the things that is very important about our system, the integrative movement system, that's different from all the other approaches that will help serve you if you work with the older population, and you probably do because that's why you're part of our community here at Integrative Movement Insider, is the process that you take your clients through. And throughout the weekend, we shared the integrative movement system, the process, with the participants, and that's why we also share that process with you here. Because what's more important than your client's goals, yes, they must have ambitious goals and look forward to achieving something, but what's even more important than your goals, than your client's goals, is the process that you take your clients through. Because it's your process that's going to help your client have success. And here's what I mean. I just got an email from a colleague who trains the over 50 population, so the baby boomers, seniors, and the active aging population. She said that she was sending me a couple texts that she just got that morning. This person had to go back to rehab because her shoulder hurt. This person had to cancel their session because she had a hip issue. This other person said, I can't make class today because I have a knee issue. And this is what the challenge is for us if we work with the older population. You're working with individuals that have an involved medical history. So they're coming to you for solutions. They want to feel better, they want to move better, they want to age in a manner that helps them be successful and feel confident that they will not lose their balance, fall, and or experience all these musculoskeletal issues that affect our society. Now they come to you for solutions. What happens for the majority of the fitness professionals that are out there is they throw a bunch of exercises at the client and hope that something works. We hear that, oh, the older people are weak, they just need to get stronger, or they're just immobile, they just need to stretch, or they just need more balance, so we need to train balance. The problem with these strategies is it may work for a few people, but for the large majority of individuals, it will not work. Strength on top of a non-optimal strategy creates more of that non-optimal strategy and reinforces all those patterns a client already has. Trying to put balance on top of a non-optimal strategy will just create more balance issues. Putting flexibility on top of a non-optimal strategy just creates more non-optimal strategies around flexibility, range of motion, mobility. Because you didn't take your client through, the client wasn't taken through a specific and strategic process. It's just like anything you do. If you have success, you've probably followed a very specific and strategic process. And that's how you need to approach working with your clients. If you want to differentiate yourself, make more money, stand out in the industry, and help transform more lives, you need a process. The first part of that process is you must be assessing your clients. So in our glutes class this past weekend, we took the clients or the participants through this process. So first, you must have a way that you assess your clients, because if you're not assessing, you're guessing. You're guessing about what your client needs. And that's like going to a medical doctor, and the medical doctor listens to your history and just gives you the pills and says, hey, take these, I know what's wrong with you, without ever evaluating you to determine what you really do need. A very simple assessment you can do, again, we'll focus on the glutes right now. A very simple assessment you can do for the glutes is just have your client do a simple standing rotation assessment. So this looks at their mobility and how well they rotate side to side. So you just have them stand, feet together, because that way that you can reassess them afterwards to see and make sure that they're in the same position. Hands on the pelvis, have them rotate one direction, come back to center, then rotate the other direction. Have them do it a couple times, go slow, and just really monitor how far they go. And I don't go as far to the left side. So something's going on with this left side, likely, okay? Now you would do some other assessments. You could do single leg stance, for example. Stand on one leg, how well do they stand in balance? How well do they align that hip, knee, ankle, and foot? Other side, assess that side, and you see, I struggle a little bit more on this left side. So, less rotation, less stability on this left side. Let's just assume it's right here. Again, we need to do more assessments, more looking, further looking, but let's just assume that my problem is on my left side. So that's the first step of your process, is your assessment. Now, you need to use a strategic Second step of the process, this is where you use your corrective exercises to help address what you just found. This is where you do your release work. So if I had the opportunity, I would do release on this left side. And then once you release, because you've just created more length, more mobility around this joint or whatever joint you're working on, now you need to teach your client, their nervous system, how to restabilize that, because you just took away their compensation. You took away the tightness that was their compensation. Now you've sort of made them so mobile that the brain's like, I don't know how to control this. Now you teach them how to control it. So I'm going to use the bridge pattern as a demonstration of how to activate the glutes appropriately. I'm going to show you what most individuals do with the bridge pattern and how we modify that for our own clients here in our clinic and that we teach as part of our certification course. So the first thing is a setup. We want to make sure our clients are set up for success. Most of our clients should not be bridging with their feet on the floor. They don't have enough range of motion. And what happens is they tend to just do things like this. They keep pushing themselves back that direction. They're over squeezing their glutes. They're going too high. They're pulling their knees away from each other. They're going into too much abduction and external rotation. We want them closer, legs closer together. We generally have our clients elevate their feet upon steps so they have more range of motion. They align their thoracolpelvic cylinder, and now they come up into the bridge position without over clenching. They're using, not abusing their glutes. And then they hinge, and the first thing that touches back down is their glute or the backside of their pelvis. They hinge up, come back down, hinge down. One more time, up, and back down. They're using the glutes, they're maintaining alignment of the thoracolpelvic cylinder. So that way we activate the glutes and we teach the glutes how to maintain stability and alignment of the lower extremity. So now you've assessed, now you've addressed some of the tightness by your release and your activation pattern, the bridge pattern. Now we want to integrate. So assess, address, and now integrate. So we'll use the hip hinge pattern as an integration pattern, long spine, stack and align that thoracolpelvic cylinder. One of the most important functions of the glutes is to control anterior pelvic rotation. You have to get your clients to anterior pelvic rotate. Hip hinge is a great pattern for that. So we'll have them breathe in, and as they breathe out, they'll hinge forward. And again, aligning that hip, knee, ankle, and foot complex, loading that posterior hip complex, and now use the glutes to pull themselves back up without over squeezing, without driving themselves back into that posterior pelvic tilt position, which will create more hip tightness. So again, long spine, stack that thoracolpelvic cylinder, hands upon the pelvis, breathe in, breathe out, hinge, nice and long through the spine, thoracolpelvic cylinder stays aligned, hip, knee, ankle, and foot stay aligned. You should feel it through the glutes and the hamstrings, the eccentric lengthening, and now breathe in to come back upright with using the glutes without over squeezing the glutes. And then one more time, long spine, stack that cylinder, breathe out as you hinge, and then breathe in to come back to the upright position. So that's a three-step process. Assess to determine your client's strategy, address it by using your corrective exercises, release, activation, and then integrate that into the fundamental movement patterns. And then you want to reassess. You want to see what impact did my exercise just have on my client. So again, go back to the legs together, reassess, and just that little hip hinge and bridge was enough to actually restore some of my range of motion. Not 100%, but it's better. So recheck my single leg stance. That side was good before, still good. And now I'm on this leg, a lot better. It feels more stable, feels more connected. I feel like I can get taller. And that's the importance of using a strategic and systematic process. And that's what we teach you in the Integrative Corrective Exercise Instructor Program. That's what we teach you here in all our live trainings. That's what we teach through all our work. So that way you really have a strategy to help your clients so that you differentiate yourself, so that you attract more individuals that need, want, and will pay you for your expertise. And you don't lose those clients because they have to go back to rehab or to their medical doctor because they keep getting injured, because you're just trying to exercise this and you don't have that process to take your clients through. So that's why we're so committed to sharing this information with you so you can get that information out to your clients and, as I said, attract more individuals that need, want, and will pay you for your expertise. So this is Dr. Evan Osar. I want to thank you so much if you were at DCAC last week. I look forward to seeing you next week in Orlando, Florida for the Integrative Corrective Exercise Instructor Program if you're part of that program. And if you're looking forward or if you're looking for more information, check out the Integrative Corrective Exercise Instructor Certification Program, where we take you through the entire integrative movement system, the process from the anatomy, biomechanics, and motor control, how you plug this into the most effective assessments, how you use the most strategic corrective exercises, and how you plug this into your functional movement patterns, specifically for the older population, the baby boomers and seniors, so that you can transform more lives as a health and fitness professional. Thanks for joining us. Tomorrow we have our Tuesday webinar series, so you can sign up for that at our website, www.iihfe. So make it a great day. I know this was a little bit longer video, so thank you for hanging through the entire video. Make it a great day, and we'll see you next time at Integrative Movement Insider. Take care.